Hello students, I am Sanjana Kavatigi, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, AITM Belgavi. In the last video, we have started with mapping functions and we have also covered direct mapping. Okay, in this video, I'll be explaining about the next mapping functions. As we have studied in the last video, the direct mapping function, the drawback of this method was there was a high conflict mess. That means we had to replace a cache memory block even when other blocks in the cache memory were present as empty when I want to map some memory from the primary memory. So suppose assume that assume that I want to map a block of 128 to cache. I'll have to do it with the block 0 of cache memory, even though block 1, 2 and so on are empty, but I have to map it to 0 only. In that case, what I have to do, I have to replace the data whatever is there in the block 0 and then place this new data here. So this was the conflict that was arising. That means even though other blocks of the cache are free, I cannot map it to them. Okay, so that was the biggest disadvantage that was arised in the direct mapping. So one solution to this was associative mapping. Okay, so that is the next mapping function, associative mapping. So here the idea is to avoid the high conflict mess. That is, any block of main memory can be placed anywhere in the cache memory. So that is nothing but associative mapping. It is not that I have to replace a particular block only in the cache memory. It is not that case. I can place any block of main memory to any block in the or anywhere in the cache memory. So the figure shows that that is the associative mapped cache. It shows a much more flexible mapping method. Okay, so in which main memory block can be placed into any cache block position. So in this case, 12 bits or 12 tag bits are required to identify a memory block. So when it is resident in the cache. Okay, so the tag bits are used to identify a memory block when it is resident in the cache. So the tag bits of an address received from the processor are compared to the tag bits of each block of the cache to see if the desired block is present. Okay, so what is done, the tag bits of an address that is received from the processor will be compared with the tag bits of the cache block in order to check whether the desired block is present. So this is called the associative mapping technique. Okay, so this gives the complete freedom in choosing the cache location in which to place the memory block. Okay, so here we have the freedom to choose any free block in the cache memory in order to place a block of memory from the main memory into cache memory. So the space in the cache can be used more efficiently. Okay, so a new block that has to be brought into the cache has to replace an existing block only if the cache is full. So what is the advantage here is the cache can be utilized in a better way, because only a new block of memory that is coming from the main memory will replace a block from the cache only if the cache is full. Otherwise it will be placed in any of the blocks that is free in the cache. Okay, so many replacement algorithms are possible, which we are going to study in the next topic. So the cost of an associative cache is higher than the cost of the higher mapped sorry is higher than the cost of a direct mapped cache because of the search that are going to happen. Okay, because we are going to search the entire cache until and unless we get a free block of cache memory. Okay, we will have to search all 128 tag patterns to determine whether a given block is in the cache. Okay, so search of this kind is called an associative search. For performance reasons, the tags must be searched in parallel. That means I cannot go in serial fashion. I have to do it in a parallel fashion. That means multiple searches will be going on at the same time for the reasons of performance. Okay, so you can see from the figure is that any cache is consisting of again block 0 to block 127, and main memory is also consisting of blocks from 0 to block 4095. We have the address pattern here, that is 12 bits are used for tag and 4 bits for word. Okay, so that is the main memory address. So any block from the main memory can be placed in any block of the cache. Only how it is placed is we have to make the search to find an empty place. That is done using the 12 bits of tag. Okay, so all the tags are used to search the particular tag, that is whether to check whether that particular block is present in the cache or no. And then if the cache is full, we will have to replace some content from the cache and then place the desired block into the cache memory. So this is about associative mapping. The next mapping function says set associative mapping, will be studying in the next video. Thank you for watching.